detach from your desires, detach from your past, how to detach, how to not give an F. Have you seen a lot of these kind of stuff? The internet has annoyed me once again when I found something else which has bugged me. I'm not escaping the purple allegations, am I? I don't know what is up with me and purple. I've been looking for different outfits and everything turns out to be purple. You can't detach from things 100%. Okay, it feels as easy as just, oh yeah, let me let go of everything that's, no offense, traumatized me. Then obviously things would be so much easier. But guess what? The world doesn't work like that. I don't care who this offends because this is true. You're always going to be affected by something. When people say, oh, I don't give an F, you do. You give an F to be able to tell people that you don't give one, which means you do give one. So the problem is not giving one or not giving one. The problem is the fact that you have to feel like, okay, you have to stop by a certain period. So what the internet likes to address this, or the mourning period or whatever, is they like to give time. They tell you you have 6 months to recover. And in 6 months, you'll be your best version. Or in a year, you'll be your best self. But the problem is people don't address that pain takes a while to heal from. And the other thing that people fail to address is that you can't just let go of everything, especially if it's bugged you. You have to learn how to face the music, If you want to stop the music, you have to hear the music, right? Like, I'm pretty sure, because it bugs you. If you hear loud music, if you hear something unwanted, terrible taste on the radio, whatever happens all the time, just turn it off. But the only way you know that you can turn it off or how to turn it off is through listening to it in the first place. So you're literally facing the music. But in this case, you're facing it metaphorically. Because you're telling yourself, you know what, I need to deal with this problem. I need to face it head on. You don't just be like, I'm going to forget about this person, the pain they put me through. No. You have to go through all the messy parts. You have to tell yourself, okay, I've been through this, but I'm not going to let it define me. It's okay to not detach, honestly. I've seen a lot of these videos and I always wondered why I didn't relate. How do people forget so easily? And then I realized they don't. They have a very good way of masking it. And that is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's good so that you can keep yourself professionally intact, so people don't comment and, make any judgments because you have it all figured out. The bad thing is, to yourself, you're a wreck and it stings. So I could have just made a whole video about why I don't like self-help YouTubers in general, but I would be a little bit hypocritical if I said that, because I do watch some, but only in ways that resonate with me. The thing is, I just hate when they try to show the I don't give an F attitude, how to be a B attitude. I think it's stupid. We all have something that we get hurt by. Now, I do understand that we shouldn't be hurt by things to an extent. That's true, because that will become something which is very bad for us. But I don't think we should full on, oh yeah, not give one and become apathetic. It doesn't work like that. Because the issue with that is you can last maybe 3 days or a week and then you come back to a major crash out. I've seen people do this and I've done this myself. So you're completely fine. Oh, I'm happy. I'm being optimistic. And then you have a crash out of the century. That's because you're not dealing with your problem. You're hiding. And that's not solving anything. But if you solve it or if you face it, it hurts. It stings. But you're temporarily feeling that pain so that you protect yourself from a bigger pain in the future. And that's exactly what people need to understand. Just detaching from everything doesn't help. So detaching from your goals, for example, is something which is good and bad. It's good in the sense that, okay, I'm not obsessed. I don't want to keep checking. I don't want to keep being like, okay, this defines my worth. But I do want to care enough where I'm like, I need to see if something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with video making, and this is the most relatable thing for me, okay? And that is, okay, I make videos, blah, blah, blah. I would detach. I don't want people to define me by worth just for my videos. Some of them perform well, some of them don't. But I try to detach because I don't want to check the metrics because it's discouraging as hell. But at the same time, I have to see if it's working, like retention, like the analytics, but not metrics. Seeing what works. Are people watching? Are people enjoying it? Am I going straight to the point? Am I offering any valuable advice? because that's exactly what it is. No, but not giving an F is the dumbest piece of advice I've ever heard from people. Just don't care. Are you kidding me? You know what the dumbest piece of art advice I've heard is? Practice. Everything you do is a form of practice. That's just evasive to the question. So many people are like, oh, it's fine. Don't look weak. Don't give people access. Don't give power to those thoughts. Just be a human, man. Since when did we go to a point in life where it's so bad to share our emotions? Your platform is to share how you feel with people. A lot of self-help YouTubers do this as well. Oh, how to just not give an F, just be a bad P, just be apathetic. No, man. What are you doing? Yes, you should be smart. Yes, you shouldn't be friends with everyone. But I hate when people say to just detach. It's the worst piece of garbage advice ever. Because if it was as easy as just, oh yeah, let me forget about everything as if it never happened, then trust me, we wouldn't be suffering. But that's the thing though. And it's even worse when the problem is about a person. Let's say you've been close to someone for a long period of time, right? And then someone just tells you on the internet or just whatever, because a lot of people idolize these people for some reason. They just tell you, oh, just don't give them power in your mind or just don't do this. No, man. Of course, they're going to have some kind of power in my mind. Of course, you shouldn't give so much power, but at the same time, do we choose to be hurt by these people? No. So, when people just say, okay, you just need to stop caring, no, stop caring about people who say to stop caring. That's the problem, and that's why people bottle things up nowadays. And then they explode. Because that's not solving anything. It's just pent up frustration. It just builds and builds and builds and kaboom. That's it. I can't just forget about this. I can't. And before anyone saying no one's telling you, so many people are falling into this trap. So many people. I see millions of views on some videos. How to stop caring, how to do this, because we've all come to the point where we're numbing it. Some people drink their sorrows away. Some people just, I don't give an F, their worries away. That doesn't help. If it was that easy, we just, you know, just face it head on. There are so many things in my life that I feel horrible about. Thinking about it is traumatic. Thinking about it is painful. But you know what? I face it because that's how you solve it. I don't tell myself, oh, I never cared about this person anyway. I cared. I freaking cared. I bled for some people. And I'm not going to just say I never cared about them to begin with. Have you ever heard people say that? If something happens, then they're like, oh, I never cared about them anyway. Fam, you've been through a long relationship with them. That is a coping mechanism that people have. For some people, I cared so much, and I still do somewhat. I did care. And that's why I have to be honest with myself. If I use this so-called detachment thing, I'll just say, oh, it's not that bad. It is bad. Admit it. It is bad, but it's not something that will destroy you. You have to have an equal for both. You know, you need to have a middle ground. That's the word I wanted. So that's exactly what we need to do as people. It's easy to say you don't care. It's so easy. It's so easy to act like that. But it won't last forever. So just say it. Because for some people, I cared immensely. And I value that. Even though it didn't end well ultimately, I value it. And I will always value it. I'll cherish the good moments. I won't let them define me and say, okay, these moments, I'm just going to dwell back and, you know, reminisce, because that's going to hurt me more because it doesn't exist anymore. I can appreciate those good moments, but I'm not going to dwell in a state of reminiscing because that's not solving anything. That's keeping me in the same problem. You understand me? So that's why when you face your problems, as painful as it is, face them head on. Okay? You don't want to be so dramatic where you're like, oh, this sucks. And then at the same time, you don't want to be someone who is acting like it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It does. And it's okay. But when it does come to vulnerability, tell the right people. Some people will use your vulnerability. And that sucks. That always hurts. So, to anyone who's watching this, I just want you to know that you don't have to act like you don't care. You don't have to detach. Just feel things. And it's okay. But just understand that it doesn't define you. And while these sound conflicting, please understand that you have to face some kind of pain. It is painful to heal. But the best thing is, you're avoiding a bigger pain by just enduring this temporarily. You understand me? Anyway, I'm done with ranting. If this video helped you, then please support my Ko-fi page. I really need this right now, and it keeps this platform alive for me. So even $5 is enough for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope my videos have helped. I've got a playlist of different types I've made, so be sure to check them out as well. See ya!